Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Craw Park. Let's jump right on in. So today I'm going to discuss a stock that we all are familiar with, iRobot. If you're unfamiliar, this company makes automatic robots that vacuum our floors, mop our floors, and I believe they make robots actually for lawn care as well. So how did I find that stock this morning? So what I'm doing, which I always do, is look at stocks that are gapping up or down greater than 5%. Okay, so you can find many different stock screeners to do this. Today I'm just using TradingView. So I'll zoom in so you can see. So as you can see here, this column here shows the pre-market gap, sorted from greatest to least. So here we have the greatest stock that gapped up this morning, WKUY at 20%. The stock that gapped down the greatest was HIBL at 18%. Okay, so going back to stocks that gapped up greater than 5%, we can see that I'm going to go through and kind of show you what I did. So these stocks that don't have float, you can trade them, but just for simplicity's sake, we're going to just bypass those today. All right. So we see the first one here is GNUS. However, I mean, the float looks good. The volume looks good as well. However, it's a little bit cheap, which means that it's going to be a lot of whipsaw or very fast price action. And if you reference the video we talked about yesterday, you can trade that way, but while you have a great opportunity to gain money, you have a great opportunity to lose money as well. So I try to stay away from the lower price stocks. So we're just going to keep going. All right, so here we have another one, but it's a 5-letter stock. So I'm not interested in that. And also the float is very, very low. So I'm going to keep going. I'll talk about why I don't trade 5-letter stocks in the future. All right, so if we keep going, the first thing that we come to that actually looks good is iRobot Corporation, right? So IRBT. So the ADR, or the average daily range, is around $4. So that's great movement. The float is 27 million shares. So the volume for the past 10 days per day is 1.16 million. However, the volume pre-market was over 4 million. So something's going on with that stock, and that would lead me to look into what's going on. I will go ahead and check news, all right? So for checking news, you can use any broker or any news source. Today we're going to use FinViz. So we're going to click on finviz.com, type in IRBT, which is our ticker, and let's see what's going on. So we can see that at 7 a.m. this morning, they released some news. All right, so they provided a business update, Yahoo Finance here. So like I said, any news source will do. So iRobot is anticipating greater performance in the second quarter, right? Makes sense. People are home more. They want their homes to be cleaner. Makes perfect sense. Okay. Let's see what else happened. Same thing, right? iRobot raises second quarter guidance, which basically means guidance is the forecast, just a stock term for it. But iRobot, Zumba, Brava, right? So vacuum robot, mop robot, looks like it's going really, really well, right? So this company, which is based in Massachusetts, is expected to have revenue from 260 to 270, and it's better than the 193 million that they posted year over year. So revenue is up, sales are up, which means the stock price is probably going to go up. And if you look at the time here, 7 a.m., I think the other one was at 7 a.m. as well. So, okay, let's look at the chart and see what happened. Well, what do you know? All right, so we got some pre-market moving around 7 a.m., right? You can see it went from a low of 71.75, hit a high pre-market of 84.94, right? So a nice $13 gain. So normally don't trade pre-market just because there's a lot of there's really low volume, and also too, this is 2.5 hours before the market opens. And while in this crazy market you can trade pre-market, do I really want to get up 2 hours early to trade it? Probably not. When I can catch a good move during the market with, as you can see, consistent volume. So let's zoom into the market open at 9:30 and see what happens. So of course, we have a flush here right at the open, but that makes sense because anytime you have a stock that's gaining momentum, reaching higher highs, people are going to be inclined to take profit, right? So we'll zoom back out so you can see. So, this stock was trading, ended the day around $75, hit a low of $71, and then hit a high of $85. So if you are holding that stock overnight, the first thing you want to do is when the market opens, you want to kind of take that profit off of the table, cash in, and sell your shares. And so that's what happened, right? As soon as the market opens, we have a great sell-off here, which is fine. It's a great opportunity to get in because the company just released good news. And so we know the stock is going back up again. And that's exactly what happens, right? So we got this massive sell-off. You have this high volume bar right here. And then what happened? It creeps back up. So a good entry, respecting your 9 EMA here or your VWAP. And then as you can see, for 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes, it tries to test and uses the VWAP and the 9 EMA as support. So as you can see, it tries to break below it, doesn't break below, kind of holds at that level, and then kind of rises up. And then it just takes off, right? So you got a good, this is a $2 move, $2.50 move right here in, looks like 6 minutes. So great opportunity to get in there. And then you have, of course, your pullback here. Bounces off the 9 EMA. Another opportunity. Another pullback. And then it just kind of just does this a few more times. So overall, the day started at, not counting the massive sell-off, started at around $81. We had the massive sell-off down to $78. Well, look, hit a low of 78, hit a high of 87. So, good opportunity, and also it did close above the low. So you could have held this stock all day and made money, right? So there's different opportunities to get in. You don't have to do the quote-unquote day trading or having to watch the market. The stock released good news, and I'm not saying this is always the case, but the stock released good news. It's going to have more income, more revenue, more sales in business. That's great. Stock price reflects the forecast, and it plays out today, right? So the stock ended around, let's see, $83. So, even if you had just bought it at the open and just held it all day, you would have made $2, $3 without even watching the stock all day. So, but yeah, that's my quick recap. Real simple. We saw the watch list. We saw the stock gapped up. We saw it had significant news, and we just rode momentum. So that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time.